This is a backwards lamb coming out and a very rude awakening into the world. Whoa. It's a very exciting day because Nibbles has just lambed. Aren't you, sweetheart? You may be able to hear the wind. It's rocking the cabin. Tuesday the 18th of April, we're starting the day, very foggy, but with these two fine lambs at 10 to 6 in the morning. And I think a couple of other ewes thinking about it. This one has literally just popped out at 2 minutes to 6 as I was up here. A kind of foggy, horrible morning. Ah! A new single lamb! This is me real-time check-in. So half an hour later, that's the other half of the twins. Second lamb is a little bit smaller, but she's mothering them both, so I will leave them in the water. So it's a horrible cold morning again, cold and misty, and the lambs that have been born, I'm going to have to just keep a really close eye on them to make sure that they're okay, because the weather is, yeah, horrible. So I'm just watching you. She's having contractions at the moment. I think it's one of the first timers. So be interested to see how that one plays out. It's about 20 to 7. So this is my second trip up the field. And maybe I may need Nick for backup at some point. So I'll probably go back down and get him going. But the main concern at the moment is the lambs that have been born. I'm just going to make sure that they're okay. This one is feeling suicidal, I think. Come out. Come on. Go back to your mum. Good mother. It's 5 to 8 and Nick is helping as we had a tricky one, a first timer lambed, and no way was she going to push that lamb out. So it was a big pull and I'm out of breath. But the lamb's out, the lamb looks good. So we just left them alone together to sort of bond, because she seems a bit on the wild side. I think first timers is a bit more sensitive. So that's our morning exercise completed.
Back to bed. What are we doing?
Just let it go.
Stand back?
Yeah. So these fab lambs are the ones that were born last night. You're hiding them, Mum. They're going to go out in the field now. Bambi's lambs. One was born backwards. Bambi, don't tread on your lamb. That's a bit of a poor one, so I think I'll just keep them in for another day, see how they get on. And then over here, things are not looking quite so good. It's a patchwork lamb.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a lovely day. So it's a lovely day, and we have more triplets arriving. So more triplets, and they look good. Good mum. And this one's lambing here. And that's lambing up there. She's just got a random lamb. So today it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we've had 2 sets of triplets, 3 sets of twins and a single, and they're still going. Good morning. So it's time to go again. So I'm going to see if Nick wants to explain what's happened this morning.
I will try. So we went up to the fields. We knew that the prolapse ewe was
Hang on,
lambing.
Nick, that's not the correct version of events already, is it?
Okay, I was asleep. Joanna was trying to phone me. And my phone was on Do Not Disturb, so she couldn't get through. So she came in the house and she shouted at me, and then I was up in a flash. And then we went up the field and we caught the ewe with the prolapse harness on to take the harness off so it could lamb. And it was a bit of a struggle, and so the lamb's come out a bit red.
My first thought was that the lamb was dead. The colour, like all the blood coming out, although the colour of the blood wasn't a worry. I've seen sometimes darker colour blood that is an indicator that there's a dead lamb in there. But just because of the fact that she'd prolapsed earlier, I guess there's always a chance something was wrong. But yeah, there was a lot of blood. And the lamb didn't come very easily at all. I thought that I was going to pull the legs off, to be honest.
And the head struggled to stay in the right place.
The head wasn't in quite the right place. But anyway, we got there. And in a bit, I will give the ewe some jabs. Pain relief and antibiotics, I think. It's very cold this morning. Oh, yeah, so it's very cold. They've still got this like easterly cold wind, and sensible ewes keeping their lambs under the walls, protect them from the wind, and some are not quite so sensible. But yeah, it's just not warming up yet this spring. Another day, another set of triplets. It's 8:30. It's a lovely clear evening, but it's very windy. You might be able to hear it shaking the Kubota. It's been a very windy, cold few days. In fact, I think probably every time that I've spoken on the video, I've probably just said, it's windy, it's cold, because it is windy and cold. And so it does make it slightly less enjoyable. But the clear skies are beautiful. We've just watched a ewe and the twins have her first lamb. So because of the time of day, we're going to bring them in to make sure the second one arrives safely, because it's going to be dark pretty soon. So yeah, just keeping them for the night, and then hopefully everything will be okay and they can go out tomorrow. But it's been a quieter day today after a busy day with the lambs lambing yesterday. Only 3 ewes have lambed today. and we think we've now got about 19 left to go. So hopefully by Sunday, today is Wednesday, hopefully by Sunday we might nearly be done. We're gonna go into the shed. It's another really nice, fluffy looking, strong looking lamb. So proud parents. Well done, Mama. And another day, and this time a beautiful sunrise. First checks of the day done well before the sun comes up above the hill, but I stayed around to enjoy it as we've not had very many beautiful sunrises like this. So I thought, why not enjoy this moment? Because really, that's when farming feels super rewarding. And there's not much opportunity to leave the farm during lambing period, but luckily for me the river is quite close by, and so I managed to steal an hour. It was well worth it. And then it's back to the farm and time to give the ewes their breakfast, and a full day of lambing and farming ahead. Whoa. What an entry. Feeling great today, despite a lack of sleep. It was a very late night last night, lambing in the shed till 10:30. It's just a fantastic sunny day. Yeah, there's a cold wind, but it's just so nice to have a fantastic sunny day, and lots of lambs have been born. We're down to about 17 ewes left to go. I think mostly singles and twins, so it just feels like a really good feeling. Spring feels like it's in the air, the grass is growing, just feeling thankful. So it's important to recognize when you feel thankful, just as I also point out when things are difficult. Today it feels really nice. We certainly made the most of the glorious day. Nick got the chain harrows out and did some chain harrowing whilst I was watching the ewes, and we also moved the Highlands onto some fresh pasture. So that was nice to get them out of their winter field and into their spring grazing. And we also moved the remaining ewes left to lamb into one field and shut up two fields where the ewes had been for hay meadows. So thinking about haymaking already. Good morning. So, new day. I'm just on the look for any new lambs that might have been born or any sheep that might be lambing right now. Gonna go and check in the shed. Got a few problem cases in the shed. Yesterday kind of hit a bit of a wall, feeling very tired, a little bit overwhelmed, but today's a new day, new attitude, new perspective, new energy. Hi, it's proper rainy and windy and shit. But anyway, at least I'm not actually outside in it right now. I'm staying in the truck and trying to watch the sheep for signs that any might be lambing today. Because so far no new lambs today, and yeah, it's cold. I've actually got a blanket over my legs. I've had the blanket all week because sometimes I have to spend a while in here looking at sheep and trying to get little bits of admin done and stuff like that at the same time as sitting here. When the sun's out, it's kind of nice because it warms up in here. It's a very exciting day because Nibbles has just lambed. Well, we actually helped her because she's a first timer and that opening was very small. Am I allowed to say that? She's quite funny to watch. She keeps jumping backwards like she really does not know the lamb is hers. So it's quite a sensitive time. So I'm just going to try and watch but not let her see us and just see how she gets on, because I'm hoping that she will take to it. She's got two to take to. We've got new mum Nibbles here in the pen today, this afternoon, so she just seemed a little bit stressed and anxious. I was monitoring her behaviour. She did butt the lamb a couple of times and she was also going backwards, and so far they haven't fed, so our priority is the lambs, to get them fed, as maybe Nibbles is not used to the sensation of being, what's the word, of her teats being sucked. So hopefully if we sort of hold the lambs on and get the lambs going, she'll get used to the sensation of being sucked and she'll get used to being sucked.
Let's see if it finds it itself.
That's not it. On?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not on. Nick's found his forte. Helping the lambs get on the ewe. Situations like this, getting lambs to drink and yeah, just getting lambs away, if you know what I mean, go away and going, is quite a, you just need a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time, and I guess it's just one of the aspects of lambing that where all your time goes when you're doing stuff like this. That's where all your time goes, I guess, because it's now 20 to 5 and it seems like it was about 1 o'clock only a few minutes ago. So it's been there's been all sorts happening this afternoon. So what do you think, Nick?
We'll see. It stood up anyway. It's looking in the right direction.
And explain what we're doing.
So here we have Joanna milking Nibbles.
That's not your teat.
So this lamb's worked it out, but the other one behind is still a bit shaky, so we're milking.
She's being really good, isn't she? Will that do? She's being ever so good. Aren't you, sweetheart? Right. So it's 12 hours since I started this morning now, and it's got to that time of day where I just kind of want to feel like things are under control. Nibbles, lambs are not, the bonding process hasn't been quite as good as I would have hoped. Not sure that one of them is very good at drinking, so we've been milking her and feeding the lamb by the bottle. And then we've got a few other little problem cases in the shed to deal with as well. So it's up and down the lane, in and out the shed, round and round and round, and I'm getting a bit weary now. Lambing is a very demanding, challenging and exhausting time, and you don't get much opportunity at all to renew and replenish your energy levels. So when you get moments like this and you see the lambs all full of joy and life on a lovely evening, it really does make you feel good and make you feel like it's all worth it. So that's the end of this video. It's been a longer one, so I hope that you've made it to the end and hope you've really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for coming along with our lambing stories. Until next time, bye.